let me explain. As the police officer, we're first responders. And that means that we're the first person to show up on the crime scene. We have to put out all of the yellow tape, and we're generally one of the last people to leave the crime scene. Well, if somebody has lost their life, the coroner will show up and will put a toe tag on their foot. And after seeing so many of our young people dying and so many toe tags put in so many teenagers, I prayed and said, God, give me something, help me do something so we can make a difference. And that's when God gave me the toe tag monologues. And God simply explained to me that a toe tag is so much more than just something that someone gets when they've lost their life. A toe tag can be a negative attitude. It could be talking back to your parents. It could be not caring about your life. It could be low self-esteem. A toe tag could be drug abuse, and the list goes on and on and on. And we have taken the toe tag monologues into high schools. We'll take toe tag monologues into your churches, community centers. We've performed in parks. It simply works everywhere. We've performed in the juvenile detention center where I do workshops with the young people. And when we do workshops with them, they perform in front of their peers. And kids who've never written essays, who've never gotten up and done any public speaking, memorize these monologues most oftentimes overnight and perform them in front of their peers. And it's so powerful because it's not like we're doing another PowerPoint presentation. It's not like we're throwing another book at our kids, but we're taking their peers in front of them with a message of life and a message of hope. I have one of those monologues that we're going to perform today. And one of our students, Miss Camille, is going to come up, and she's going to perform a monologue by the name of Johnny. So please put your hands together for Camille performing Johnny.
Before my family moved to this city, we used to live in a small town. It seems like a million miles away from here. Kids back home were different from the kids here. For one, they didn't call you names or bother you. My parents said I was gonna love it here. Boy, were they wrong. Dead wrong. It normally starts at the bus stop. A push, a shove, then the name calling. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can never hurt you. Whoever said that was lying. Words can hurt you. They hurt me. There's this game the police like to play at the bus stop. It involved my book bag being thrown in the community pool. They did it so much, I decided to keep my homework in my socks. I paid for a lot of school books. When it all started to happen, I was gonna tell, really, but I was afraid of things getting worse. Why couldn't they just leave me alone? They told lies about me. They said things like I was a slut. A slut. Kids were on their Facebook, Twitter every day lying on me. One kid even asked me, how much for a good time? Then he started throwing dollar bills at me like I was a stripper. A stripper. I told him to shut up. Just shut up. Stop telling lies about me. used to cry so much. My eyes would always be red and swollen. The only time I wasn't crying was when I was asleep. So, I figured being asleep forever was best. I did it so I wouldn't have to hear it ever again. If I could do it over, I would tell somebody, anybody. I would tell until somebody listened. Don't take your life. Live. Can I ask you a question? Why didn't you help me? There were 3 kinds of kids who hurt me. Those who hit me, those who lied on me, and those who just watched. I forget. Which one were you?